Hey guys, today we're going to install some coilovers on my friend's car. He's coming now. Some of you may know that I actually got my start on wrenching with Volkswagens. I've had a handful of Volkswagens over the years, and I currently own one, Volkswagen Golf R. So my friend's actually bringing his Audi A3, which is a very similar platform. I've installed coilovers many times on these cars, but first we have to clean my garage, of course, because it's a disaster. This is Brett, and this is his car. So, you're gonna pull this off.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna do that now.
How do I pull it off?
You just yank it up there.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're gonna put these in your glove compartment.
14 hours of that. Yeah, that's how I was getting my golf rims off, dude. It's so bad.
Alright. You go, let go. Take that bolt off. To take the strut out, and then the sway bar end link here, we gotta take that off too. And then the 3 bolts at the top. Just push this one down.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta hold the other side, otherwise it's just gonna spin. Oh, it broke the thing! Like, how does that even happen? I've seen people get it out without doing that.
Yeah.
So this is why this was so hard to get out. The threads are broken on there.
Cool.
Lit this way. It's always one bolt or nut that really holds up a job. Kind of come to a standstill because I don't have a T35 bit, and I need that T35 bit to spin that sway bar end link off the end. I have to insert a T35 and then turn it with a wrench. Unfortunately, we don't have one of those. And just getting some of these bolts off is a lot harder than these Florida cars, because this car was purchased in New Hampshire. So there's a little bit of resistance when it comes to some of these bolts. So we sprayed them all with PB Blaster and letting it sit for a little while. So we've resorted to actually cutting the sway bar end link off. Problem lies within this sway bar end link system where there's that Torx T35. We've literally been to every hardware store around town and we're unable to find the correct. Nobody has T35. You can only buy it off of Amazon, and we just want to finish this tonight. So we're just going to cut it off. We bought new sway bar end links and we're just going to replace them.
You got me right in the face. Every last one of those sparkling goods.
So online, a lot of people say that it's better to take the axle off, but I don't like to do that. Since we're not reusing this strut, we're just have a jack with a 2x4 jacking it up, and it pulled it right out of that caliper with a little bit of weight on the control arm, so. Yeah, baby. I say we let that sit for a minute.
Alright.
So we're taking this nut off, and then this whole top hat comes off of this. But we have to put the spring compressors on this. So you have to put the spring compressors on, otherwise this thing will explode in your face. All right. Now we should be able to remove this top plank off. Just stay still. Harrison, if you're watching, if you remember this years and years ago, it's coming in handy once again. So we went with these ST coilovers. The ST coilovers are manufactured by KW, and these are essentially identical to the KW V1s, if you're not familiar with those. KW makes the V1, V2, and V3. V3 essentially is very race car. These are like the V1s and very streetable, and I've run these on 3 different Mark 6 cars. I had 2 Mark 6 GTIs and now my Golf R, and they're really good. You know, you still have a level of streetability, but it corners a lot better as well. And these are really, like, despite they're not being the same, I think the ones that KW makes, the V1s are stainless steel. I think these are anodized with something. I'm not sure, but I've never had any rust issues or anything like that. But essentially, it's the same system of, it's just a reverse of taking these out, except we're not cutting a sway bar in half. We're gonna install a new one. Should just slip right in. So there's an indexing pin right here, or indexing notch that fits in between the strut pinch. So you just line that thing up. So we just kind of line this up. So 3 bolts are started in there. Strut shredder tool is still in there, and we got a new bolt. So these bolts for the strut are one use only. They're stretch bolts, so you have to replace them. I wonder what the front is. Oh yeah, good. So both are 18 now. All right, now we have to take off these covers and take these screws out. All right, yank that baby out. That's what we're trying to get to. Lower it. Now you can go ahead and pull that shock out of that spring out of there. Go. There it is. And now you can pull that shock out of there.
Delivering a baby.
That's our adjustable spring perch. That actually, for this one, is going to go at the top. Set it in the spring?
This way?
No, other way.
Okay. Set it like this?
Yep.
Not fucking mechanic here. Okay, there you go.
So I told my friend here that installing these coilovers, as soon as he puts them on, he's going to want to go lower, but initially we'll set at like a medium height. As soon as we put it on and we took a look at the wheel on the ground, he immediately said, let's lower it a little bit more. So we're going to adjust it. So these are nice because it just has a little set screw. So I already loosened that, and now we're going to lower it. So we finished the other side, now we're gonna do the passenger side. So we had some challenges, but we figured it out, and this side should go smoother. Knock on wood. So we knocked out the passenger side much quicker than the driver's side, because we got a little bit of a system down. So we're just gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on and adjust one more side, and then we're gonna go for a test drive. Alright, moment of truth. So we installed all 4 corners. All 4 corners are adjusted for height. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dude. Let's take it for a test drive. They've settled just a little bit. Looks pretty good. We might adjust the height a little bit later, but overall, I think the height's pretty good, these coilovers. Test drive was success.
Several days later.
Dean, how low is that shit?
Dude, I think it's perfect. I don't know why you want to adjust it. Why'd you stop?
I can't see. I don't know how far I am.
Just keep going until it stops.
Don't yell at me.